Welcome back. The swashbuckling exploits of the Musketeers. They've thrilled and delighted readers and audiences for around 170 years. And after a successful first series, the BBC is bringing its adaptation back to our screens for a second instalment. Here's what it looks like.
Who is this man and what has he done?
None of your damn business. We're King's Musketeers.
So answer the question politely.
He shot our innkeeper in cold blood. A good man is dead and there were a dozen witnesses.
There will be no lynching today.
No, if there's a case against him, you can take it to the magistrate.
Take off his hood and untie him. Rochefort.
Musketeers. Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse.
Ah, brilliant. Mark Warren's so evil, isn't he? Yeah. Here are the Musketeers. Luke, Tom, Santiago and Harry. Good morning. Morning. And,
morning.
Yeah, well, it doesn't hang about, does it? The story of the Musketeers. I mean, that's sort of virtually the opening scene, and before you've said about 4 lines, it's sort of biff, bap, boff, and muskets firing and all sorts.
Stuff happens very quickly.
And, for instance... Well, you have a new villain, don't you?
Yes.
Well, that happens within about, like you said, within
straight away. So you've kind of set the tone. You've set the tone for the second series.
Yeah.
Is he a better villain than Cardinal Richelieu?
He's a bit more of a psycho, probably. He's a bit more unhinged in many ways, and but still a worthy adversary.
It becomes quite dark, this series. I mean, it's on at 9 o'clock, and you knew it was going to be on at 9 o'clock this time around. Does that make a difference to kind of the way you could approach characters?
Yeah, you can have a bit more fun with it, especially with the fights. It's a bit sexier as well now, I suppose.
Sexier?
But, you know, so it remains the same show on the same tone. And I think Mark, his villain, brings in definitely a darker, more physical nature to his sort of evil side.
Yeah, and the job of the Musketeers is still to defend the honour of France and the honour of the king, who's not a terribly nice person, really.
Absolutely. Well, Tom. No, I was just going to say that gets a bit more cloudy, you know, our relationship with the king.
Yeah.
His judgment seems flawed, right from the beginning. That seems to be the problem.
You know, obviously he's lost the cardinal, who was a very important figure in the king's life, so he's lost him, obviously in between seasons 1 and 2. So that's kind of like one of the main reasons for his kind of slightly more erratic behaviour, should we say.
It looks like it's a lot of fun to film because there's lots of glowering, isn't there? There's lots of macho strutting around, and really sort of good, tense lines, you know, like you're going to get what, obviously in a more eloquent way, you know, you're going to get what's coming to you, and this, oh, I'm going to do terribly evil things, but, you know, it must be fun to do.
It is, yeah.
It's quite hard, that stuff, though.
Is it really?
Well, it's not, you know, it's quite hard to just make it sound, you know.
Real. Right.
Not like you're not just glowering, but maybe we are.
Glowering and delivering at the same time.
Huh?
You can't glower at Bill.
I'm not, see, I don't even know I'm glowering.
He's not even glowering yet.
I wasn't even aware I'm glowering in the show.
Far too relaxed.
Tell me I do it at cocktail parties.
Yeah. But not terribly easy, I was just thinking, when you're filming the heat of summer and you've still got to wander around in your leathers.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the uniforms, or costumes as they're sometimes referred to, give you a lot for free. You know, so as soon as you put on the uniform, as soon as you have your scars and everything else, you are kind of thrust into this imaginary world, and it's much easier to kind of suspend your disbelief because it's real. It's, you know, you walk in a certain way because you must.
They actually look quite uncomfortable, from being honest. They look quite bulky.
That's because you're not a musketeer, darling.
Well, little do you know. Actually, she could be quite a good swashbuckler.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I could take that basket very, very quickly. Yeah, I could do. I mean, you're filming in Prague, is that correct?
Yeah. All over the Czech Republic.
All over the Czech Republic. So did you spend, because you filmed from March to November, did you spend the whole time out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all based there, based in Prague, and then we shoot always outside of the city. Sometimes we shoot in town, but mainly it's castles and locations outside of.
Are you friends outside of filming? Do you spend much time together?
Yeah,
brothers.
There's been a free sort of excitement, not just this morning about you coming, but since it was announced that you were coming into the building, certain members of staff, you know, do you find that when you were together wandering around that ladies faint by the wayside, or?
We've not had that yet. Well,
Not had that yet.
I haven't, anyway. I haven't
She's
yet.
just gone. She's just gone. This is what happens.
No, I haven't,
No, I'm
had that.
right.
I haven't had that yet.
People usually
But,
cry when they see Luke, you know, with happiness. Oh my God, it's Luke. You know.
If you were to sell this series in 5 seconds, how would you do it? Quick.
Sell it in 5
Seconds.
5 seconds.
How
Bigger,
many seconds have we
better,
got?
darker.
Bigger, better, darker.
good.
I know,
I
that's
like
true.
that.
Seen the first one,
There's
it
a lot
certainly
more
was
depth in it. It's
exciting.
all about
Muskia.
identity. you
Muskia.
know.
Identity.
Identity, yeah.
and
All of us
Muskia.
are challenged.
Thanks, guys. The new series of Musketeers starts, Muskia, this Friday at 9 p.m. on BBC One.
That's all from us this morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning from 6.
You've been talking to Michael Keaton?
I have.
We'll see you
It's been
tomorrow.
lovely. See
All
you
right.
tomorrow. Not as good
Bye-bye.
as these guys.
No. Unless he's here, live.
Yeah, and then of course he's lovely.